Hello, hello. This is another Twisted Wonderland session. So yeah, today is the arcane drills, and eventually, like right here, just kind of waiting with the download and store, just showing what was yesterday. I did get a 3-star with one of them, and this by earning 500. There will be the conclusion soon, but I couldn't get
さて、これで一通り調理の基礎は教えたことになるけど、二人にここまでマスターシェフを受けてみての感想を聞こうかな。
慣れない作業に戸惑ってなかなか進まないし、料理は思ってたよりずっと難しいって実感したぜ。包丁で野菜を切るのとか、ジャミルが作るのを横で見てた時はもっと簡単そうに見えたんだけどな。でもレッスンのおかげで客人をもてなす料理を覚えられそうだ。
俺は人に作り方を教えるコツをつかみたくて参加しましたが、シェフの話してくれる料理初心者がつまずくポイントは今後の参考になりそうです。それから調理中のカリムの様子も。
え、なんで俺？
料理の経験はほとんどないって言ってただろ。カリムのリアルな反応は参考になるよ。
へえ、調理中にそんなとこまで見る余裕があるなんて、慣れてるやつはすげえな。俺も練習を続けてトレイみたいになりたいぜ。
二人ともレッスンをするお互いの様子から得られるものがあったみたいで何よりだ。
よーし、残りのレッスンも楽しむぞ。
そうだな。引き続きみんなにうまいと言ってもらえるように頑張ろう。
トレイの作るお菓子は絶品って聞いてるぜ。
Now we get to actually play the game. I have to wait for downloading the store for an upgrade, and then right there for just data. But now it's version 1.0.25. And right now we're just like at the normal login, and first time I was playing through this, there was the 3.5 anniversary login bonus as well. And mostly we'll plan to try to save enough gems to kind of help with summoning, though a little bit later in the video I will like do a test just to see, because there's sometimes that 1 in a million chance that you get very lucky, but pretty much after that I'll try to save gems, and like also summoning keys that I get, any that I would earn that are the single summon keys, or just buying the 10 bundle one, save those for the arcane drill train card, so there is like a possibility for that. And then yeah, there's also like the just a normal like, or like the regular SSR cards with students. Only ones that I don't have is Malleus and Sebek, Jamil and Kaleem, Vil, Ruggy, and Trey for their SS cards. That's their dorm uniforms. Everyone else I have in my roster. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'll try to do like with summoning, so I probably won't do as much summons in the next few videos, just to save those up for a better chance. So yeah, like I said, there's like the few that I had that are the SSR cards, and like I got everyone in their SR celebratory that's featured here. everyone that's like in their wrap in their ceremonial robes. But there's the few that I mentioned that I didn't have as the SSR. Oh, I also don't have Edie or Ortho in their dorm outfits. I forgot to mention that. And yeah, like just right here when there's those bundles, in the normal gem shop, I'll just get that bundle one. Because there's like some of those right there. Which we'll have to save up for that. But like the one that's with the featured for the 3.5 anniversary, probably not, especially not the gold one where it's the most expensive one. Just to kind of be smart for now, like with some like in-game and like real life money that I have, to just kind of be smart with saving. And yeah, just don't want to be where it's like flushing out my bank account. Like just have like some enjoyment of that, but just not being like just trying to be wise with my spending. And yeah, just like right now with what I'm talking over, I'm just kind of doing the normal schmuck of gameplay, just going through like with the crafter's gauntlet exam fights and the daily lessons before jumping into the arcane drills. Possibly also like doing other stuff. I'll try to get some other cards upgraded with their spells for the next few battles that I'll get, like depending on ones that I think would be beneficial for that specific map battle. Because some of you remember, between the 7 dorms, the map is a bit different. How the maps are a bit different, and like as you progress, it gets a little bit harder because you have the specific, like the main boys of the cast that are featured as your virtual enemies, and then like the featured instructor, like this one Train, and the last one were Crowley and Cruel. But yeah, like the further you progress, the map expands a bit, and like you have those characters to fight, and like their HP is higher than the last fight you may have had, and just other parts of the map you have different effects and rewards depending on that, and like also health restoration that can definitely help if you have a lot of cards that are pretty much like zeroed out or just like very low on health. But yeah, that's just the thing, that with further you go, the battle gets a little bit harder. And like sometimes you don't get the chance to do like all of the targets. You just want to try to do some of them as a pathway to get to your main target, and like you won't like fully clear out the map. You just only have a few spaces, and nice things that if you can't fulfill that the arcane drill side quest where you earn some stuff and other items featured on that, if you don't do that clear on all of them, or like with a specific target they want you to reach. But you gotta do what you gotta do. You might be able to do it, sometimes you probably won't. And, what I would plan is, what I'm planning on with the gameplay for these next few days is kind of similar with what I did with the Culinary Crucible. That some of the objectives for that event I'll do off screen and just not record it, and like other stuff will be featured like in the next few days, but just try to figure that out. And there might be some where I would think, oh, maybe I'll just include this in as an extra, and maybe I won't, but that just might be what I'll do, is that the main recording there will be a few things featured with expanded maps, and might also do an extra video, or I might just try to make like one large video with that specific map. It's just kind of even it out because I have to wait for the moves that you have, like right here with our lesson points that has to reload. The map also has a similar one as well, where that has a time frame to load up to the max. But we'll see. I'm just doing like the first one, and that's pretty much the easiest one because it's like the first map, but the further you go, the harder it gets.
授業に行くんだろ？よろしく。やっと終わった。覚えることがたくさんだな。授業に行くんだろ。
ああ、だるい。
And that's the last of the normal lessons. We'll come back for the special lessons when that's loaded, or like, you'll just get back. But now let's get to the arcane drills. Oh, we get the introduction to it. This time it's train. So yeah, like some of you would know that like he is supposed to be the twisted version of Lady Tremaine from Cinderella, and his cat, that's his magical familiar, Lucius, is Lucifer. And fun fact, which this is like what is to be official, that when there was some video on YouTube where there was like a few of the characters, voice actors got together kind of talking about their experience with recording, and that the voice actor for Trey Clover from Heart's Label, he's the voice for Lucius as well. Yeah, I know, they just had him like doing like some meows, just like going meow, meow. And right here, that was pretty cute. The first time I saw that, like, just showing the animation of Train putting Lucius down on the ground. But yeah, it was just funny that like with Trey, that from Heart's Label, that he's also the voice of a cat. It wouldn't be that far off from like how some voice actors would do animals. Like I know that Alan Tudyk, who's the GOAT of voice acting, has done many characters, and he's also Hey from Moana, who is a chicken, or I guess specifically a rooster. But yeah, just with how it's very interesting with how much range a voice actor has. So they can be characters that can be complete opposites, or just like really different in how their like vocal cords are, or like they can even manage to do animals. Like, how can that be possible? Like, it's just amazing how they can do that, and that's just kind of a way with kind of the beauty of it with voice acting, with like animation, or just like not being like on screen with stuff, that you kind of have a way to play around with that. Like how with Robin Williams as the genie from Aladdin, that because with how very animated he is as a person in his personality and with all those impressions, the animators had to draw on that and like draw all that of his expression to transfer onto the genie in the animated version. So yeah, they had to like work around with that, like with his mannerisms and like with all of his impressions. And yeah, that's just amazing as well with how animators can transfer that onto the screen, based on like with how there's the approach and just the personality of the voice actor.
滝に落ちる直前に救出した時のあの顔といったらまったく愉快な話だと思わんかね。無論実技訓練の得点は0点だ。泣いてすがられたが私は容赦なく落第させた。当然だ。したことの責任は取ってもらわなければね。君たちもせいぜい気をつけることだ。もっとも どうしても彼と同じ目に遭いたいというなら止めない。さらに君たちの仮想空間内での行動は全てモニターされている。他生徒への妨害、襲撃など違反行為はすぐにわかる。どこにいても常に
Yeah, very interesting with that student like pleading for mercy. Wow.
そしてもう
He's taking a nap. Another thing, oh yeah, he mentions that there's a virtual avatar version enemy of him, and he's quite unsure, or just like, yeah, he's just not sure how, with him being like outside of the exam and like seeing that, but he's like, you know, this is kind of a way to help with the educational process with our students, and we wanted to avoid with what we had in the past with students and staff getting out of hand. So, might as well just have to tolerate this, like, even though it's kind of weird, but it's like what it is to be best for our students' education.
準備はいいか。それでは実技訓練
It's funny that with sometimes with like the cat right here, just like right there, but he's like supposed to be on the ground, but they wanted to show him like being lifted up, and I think it's the same with Grim that he seems like he's floating, but he's standing like on his back forepaws. Okay, the rules. Traverse over tiles to reach the goal. Use map effects to your advantage in battle. Clear the map to claim your rewards. And progress to unlock the ending and earn a badge. Arcane combat drills all clear. Traverse over tiles to the goal and beat the boss to clear a battle map. Once you clear a map, you can try a harder map. Traverse over to reach the goal and beat the boss to clear the map. Then you advance one tile, cost one move, and your moves refill over time, and you can also restore them with move tickets or gems, which the last arcane drill that I had a lot saved up. So yeah, you can only use cards for the characters you select for each map except for VIP cards, which you can always use if the relevant card is in your roster. So for this arcane drill, you can have Train if you summoned him, and like he can be available in your roster no matter what. So that if you do have a character that's like out, like if all their cards are zeroed out, he can step in. On battle maps, HP totals carry over from one battle to the next. If you lose a fight, every card on your team will be reduced to 0 HP. So yeah, that's a thing to look out, and there's also bonus HP, but that can go down as fast as well. So yeah, all rewards obtained on a map are claimed when you clear the map. So yeah. And then the first one that we have right here is Scott Arabia. But yeah, just checking it out. So yeah, these are also the side quests that you have for the arcane combat drills. And there might be some chance that you might not be able to get all of it, because with the further you progress, as I mentioned before, the map gets quite big. But let's test some luck right here. Alright, just going through to see all the other cards of what's featured for summoning, but let's test luck right here for Train. Which, yeah, I already know of what the result is, but you never know. But yeah, after that summon, I'm just gonna not try to save up as many gems as I can, and save that up for summoning keys as well, or like if any other summoning keys I earn, save those up and then try that out, because there can be a higher chance with multiple summonings. Now to use cards right here, which after going through with this one, it was pretty fast, but just try to want to do with, especially when you get to the higher level maps, try to get to the cards that have like the higher level spells, and like, because that helps a lot, because with them being a higher level, and like it also depends like with their HP, where sometimes when you do upgrading your spells, it also has that specific card's HP level. It raises it up. other than the card level as well. Like everything that you have to do to try to help upgrade that card, it gets the HP higher. Especially when you have to do these, like the arcane drills right here, or like you try to do like a higher level fight for the normal daily exam, or like the weekly exam timeline and the crafter's gauntlet. But yeah, right here the map is small and you go through this and there's like these map effects. And some like rewards, or some of them are just battles, but you just progressed further. Because sometimes there's that's blocking a specific spot that you want to go to, so you kind of have to work your way around it. And then there was like refill hearts, or just like restoring HP level. So yeah, just go through with our battle right here, which can kind of go quite fast like with this one, because this is the starting level, or like the first, the level 1 map. And I'll just kind of leave you be for a while, just go through the first level map battle, and then we'll come back.
贈り物を授けよう。やる気か。俺に勝てると思ったのか。
さあ始めよう。
遊んでやろう。面白い。面白いことしよう。それ。
もっといくよ。
かかってこい。
ほれほれ。
ふむ。
構わない。
あら。
贈り物を授けよう。
おっと。それ。マレウスに稽古をつけてやろう。
お手並み拝見といこう。
よくよく見くびるなよ、愚か者め。
力と気分以外戦う術は構わない。
おい作じゃ。
贈り物を授けよう。思い知る。
これマレウスに稽古をつけてやろう。
お手並み拝見といこう。
こらしめ。
俺に勝てると思ったのか。僕を呼んだな。
よいさ、承知した。面白いことしよう。
行くよ。
つまらんな。おっと怖い。
ほら。
おっと
いい、やってみるといい。贈り物を授けよう。後悔しろ。悪くない。次も必ず僕を誘うがいい。
心配するな。遊んでやろう。面白い。
わかった。
面白いことをしよう。ほい。前と。
まさか
見て
だな。
踊れ
やってみるといい。贈り物を授けよう。
見せてやるよ。
身の程を知れ。
見せてやる。
耐えられるか。やってみるといい。贈り物を授
無理は
けよ
すんなよ。
う。どうしたんだ。
見くびるなよ、愚か者め。
俺と勝負いいぜ。
僕を呼んだな。
面白い。
構わない。
面白い。
贈り物を授けよう。
それ。
さて見せてやる。
よかろう。良い策じゃ。面白い。
無理はすんなよ。
おっと、楽しませる。
俺に勝てると思ったのか。
なめんじゃね
遊んでやろう。
わかった。
面白い。
贈り物を授けよう。
懲りたか。
見せてやる。
たわいないだ。よかろう。面白いことをしよう。
どう
おっと、つまらん。
悪くない。次も必ず僕を誘うがいい。
Alright, we're getting pretty much close to the conclusion of map level 1. And if a little bit earlier in the video that you've been hearing some stuff, that's just kind of some background noise and like me moving around and trying not to move so much or like try to not make it like as loud. So do, if that's like inconvenient to you, sorry, but sometimes you have those moments where you just want to move around a bit and just not be staying in one place. So just try not, or yeah, just sorry about that, and I just hope that it doesn't bother any of you like that much, and that if it's fine, but yeah, just sorry for that.
やってわかった。贈り物をさブレーどうさが真面目にしたまえいいだろう少し痛いぞどうおやおや
Yay! We won! on our first level!
次も必ず
That seems to be easy. Not until you get further into the arcane combat drills. Yeah, we got the map clear, and this is the rewards we get. So, one thing to also point out that if you don't do all the tiles, you would still get rewards, but it's just on the tiles that you had cleared, just not everything from the whole map. Rewards you can get from the missions is by doing the entire map. Where you or just like the specific goal they want you, like right there, clear a total of 10 tiles on this level map. But yeah, I think what I'll plan is, as I mentioned before, have some of the battles like off screen and just not recorded, and then some of it will be featured, just to kind of help progress through that, and like with timing, and we'll just see how it goes. Like either do that where it's just off screen, or just kind of split it into like some longer videos and just kind of do some timing with it, or just try to find like timing and like maybe not post a video on that day, maybe just have it as like saying that it was like that day through this, so that it kind of shows like the entire map, but we'll see. Either way, we're just still enjoying Twisted Wonderland, and just right now we're here with event before we jump into the main story, which this will be part 12 volume 1, and that's coming up soon, or like it is coming up. Just gotta do speed run right here with our special lessons. Yeah, I want to have a shorter time with this stupid bird excuse of a principal or like headmaster Crowley. Yeah, but there's just some things with them, like he can still be quite. He's just a character that you love to hate or just like tolerate, but there are like plenty of characters like with animation and other stuff that they have done their job pretty well, that like no, it's not this like you love to hate, like it is just like nothing but just you loathe them, like there's just nothing there, and that's just like with how well they are. Or sometimes it might just be with there might be times where it's that where it is to be more of love, but where they are just so annoying or just like really on to your on you, it's probably because like maybe with a character like that, like sometimes the character might not have been well written, or sometimes it's just like that where you like love them that you hate them because their character is written pretty well, but sometimes there's just that where I guess like sometimes with some of that may have been like with the Snow White movie, like I haven't seen it, but I think just with how they wanted to try to do the story and like with characters, but just the way that they had with dialogue and other stuff within the movie's progress just was not good, and it just did not reflect well with the characters and like with what happened with our Snow White, Rachel Zegler. Forgive me if I pronounced her name wrong, but yeah, I think with just that she probably is like a good actress, or just like is pretty good, but it's just with how they've done the Snow White movie, maybe it was not like the best of her career, and like also with how she reacted. Did not do well with Grace, like with having like something like that as a disaster did not come out with Grace, and it can be understandable that just right there when there was just that disappointment and of what you expected, and you're just like disappointed with what happened. But yeah, I don't want to go too much into it, but just something like that where there can be that with characters that you would love to hate or just like with how it depends how well or how poorly they're written and like how the setting of the story or like with their world build or like how the world that they're in is built and just how good or how bad it's written that can affect the character.
いい子にしてます。
学園長は何歳だ。やりづらいな。優等生として緊張してる。優等生として皆さん意外と集中しやっと終わった。覚えることがたくさんだな。課題はやってきま学園長。はい、学園長。学園長、僕の答えはこうだ。
いい子にしてます。
見て、誰か来た。緊張してる？授業内容簡単すぎましたか？知識は僕の血となり肉となる。次も励もう。楽しい時間のやりづらいな。優等生として僕の答えはこうだ。緊張してる？誰が言おうと関係ない。クロール。
Another example that with how characters are just kind of within an industry of how it may not be played out as well with Henry Cavill that mentioned like in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie that Deadpool is like, oh yes, this is what the fans would want and we will treat you so much better than those blah blah boneheads. Yeah, like with Warner Brothers and DC that one of them like had done him dirty and with the trouble they had to go through with copyright and just how it just was not very well with how they treated him with Man of Steel. But yeah, he could probably do much better as like a Wolverine if Hugh Jackman can continue as Wolverine. He could be a good Wolverine. The Calverine. And that's it for today. See you next time.